You have potential, but you never seem to reach it. So what's going on here? This is a common cycle that I find creatives and writers get into, where they have a sense of something really awesome within them, a fantastic idea or a really exceptional vision, and they keep trying to achieve that potential, but they always get to a certain point and they never seem to get all the way. So I want to explain to you one of the things that can be going on in this area where you can start to make quite a powerful shift. So this is about beliefs, okay? If I'm chatting with a new client and they say to me, one of the things I'm really struggling with is that I only ever get so far, or like I'm only the, what's the phrase? I'm only ever the bridesmaid, but I'm never the bride. I know that the reason they're telling me that is because that's the conclusion that they've come to. They've looked at certain aspects of their life. They've looked at certain patterns where they only ever reach a certain point but never get any further. And they've concluded that this is their lot, or that this is what happens to them. And that's how we begin to form beliefs. I now believe that I'm the kind of person that achieves a certain level of success, but then maybe screws it up, or maybe has a meltdown, or some kind of creative burnout, or maybe then just gets rejected and I can never see it through. So when we start to form a belief around something, what we've essentially done is we've sent information into our mind that then says, this is how things go. So what then happens is our mind then seeks to find those similar patterns so that it can keep fulfilling this belief. And so that will show up in two different ways. It means that you now interpret your results through that filter. So it means that wherever you look, you only ever see projects where you achieved so much creative potential, but never finally got to be the bride, or never finally got to win the race. So your mind is selectively looking for results that confirm that belief, and that makes the belief stronger. And what also happens is there is an unconscious program in your mind that says, this is the pattern I have to fulfill. So that's when you start actually actively stopping yourself from achieving that potential. You're stopping yourself from doing something that you don't believe that you can do. If you only believe that you can get to a certain point in your career trajectory and no further, you're only ever going to take yourself to that point. And then you're going to have a pattern of like, well, that's when I quit my job, or that's when the relationship ends, or that's when I get so exhausted I can't continue. So you'll know what your pattern is. You'll know the place that you get to that finally stops you going any further. So I really want for you to understand this isn't the only thing that's going on, but it is a significant component if you find yourself in that cycle where you're only getting so far and you're not hitting the jackpot, you're not winning the race. So what needs to happen is you need to come back to that belief. You need to start firstly seeing evidence where you've gone all the way. And there will be evidence. The fact that you don't think there is simply because you've filtered everything that can potentially disprove that belief that you only get so far with your potential. So you've got to start firstly thinking about times that you have achieved your potential. And the example can be anything. It might be like, oh, well, I achieved my potential because I ran the 3-legged race when I was like 5 and I won the race and I got a trophy and I took it home. So it can be any example, but you want to start looking back in your past of results where you did achieve your potential. You did see things through all the way. And also what you want to start saying to yourself is that I'm the kind of person who can achieve their potential. And it will seem weird to say that to yourself at the beginning. It's a practice. It's a daily practice to continue to remind yourself that you are the kind of person who can see your gifts through right to the end and achieve your potential. And you know what'll start happening? You'll start taking steps beyond where you usually took those steps, and you'll start to think, oh my God, maybe this new belief actually is working and I am going to now finally achieve that potential. So there we go, just taking you through a process where you can start to work your beliefs and get an understanding that until you start to shift those beliefs, the results that you're getting from your writing, from your creative projects are not going to change. So I hope you found that one useful. Let me know in the comments below what your current experiences are with where you are with achieving your potential and what you think might be holding you back. And I can give you some extra pointers. And I would love for you to come join me in my Facebook group. I do lives there every week, and it would be really such a pleasure if I got to support you even further in your creative journey. Hit subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. I would love to have you following along, and I will see you next week. Take care until then.